Oh, welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined as always by Johnny Venerable on a Tuesday, and I'm at home for the first time in a while, Johnny.
Whose house? Mom and Dad's house? Hanging with mommy and
Daddy's
daddy? How's the Wi-Fi at mommy and daddy's house? Good?
It's good. I got Ethernet. Come on, I'm always prepared, Johnny. And I got my
You
little
are.
cute Christmas mug.
Yeah, it's April, but to each their own.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the PHNX Daily podcast show. With bets included. The Sun season is on the line tonight. Let's just get right to it. The Sun season is on the line. They lose tonight, and everything goes up in smoke and fire. I am nervous. I can't really focus on my draft prep, which is priority A for me. So I'm hosting a 4-hour draft show on Thursday, but Shane, I don't feel good about tonight.
Really?
No.
Suns win by 20 tonight. They take care of business. They do.
What's wrong with Chris Paul? He looks like a shell of himself. He got punked and abused in New Orleans 2 nights ago.
People are overselling that, man. Jose Alvarado was riding the high of the Pelicans being up and winning foul calls and winning the free throw battle. He had one steal on Chris Paul near the end of the game where the game didn't matter. He wasn't owning him. Sure, Chris Paul was talking back a little bit, but it's not like this man was locking him up. Chris Paul is an older man who needs some rest. And he didn't.
Does he need a cane? Does he need the assistance of a cane?
He didn't go God mode the other night, so okay. I feel like he's a little more rested today. I think they're going to be fine. I think you get a little more production from the 3-point line and from your role players, a little more from your bench, maybe a little more JaVale action. You'll be fine. I don't understand why people are panicking about a home game, Game 5.
I'm panicking. We need some good luck, and the only way I know how to do that is to bring in a special guest. Betty the Goat of the Phoenix Zoo tonight is going to help will us this victory, and it's a big part of why I'm taking the Suns money line tonight. I don't feel good about the spread. I think they're favored by 6.5. But before we get to my picks tonight, I had a pretty decent showing last night, Shano. My prop was stolen from me because of the @refs in Brooklyn, but everything else, my picks, 2 for 3 on the evening, did pretty well.
Yeah, well, let's pull them up from last night. Let's pull up Johnny's first picks from last night.
Yep. Yeah. Celtics, I told you it was going to be a mercenary death nail into the Brooklyn Nets coffin, and that game was largely non-competitive. That +1, you could have bet your mortgage, your 401k, your pension, everything. The Celtics were not losing that game last night, even though the refs were heavily in favor of the Brooklyn Nets and trying to extend that series. It's a sweep. The NBA hates sweeps, but the better team won. The Raptors, that was one of our favorite bets of the day, Shane. They ended up winning outright, so that +8 was pretty egregious. Now, the Jazz did lose. I do like them to come back and win game. I believe it'll be game 6 already in that series to force a game 7.
That was a tragedy pick, Johnny.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm sorry I can't be perfect every night. I'm sorry I'm only going to go 2 for 3 with my picks. My one prop, which was Jason Tatum over 30.5 points, I believe he ended with 28-29 as he fouled out with 7 minutes left, 6 minutes left in the game. That would have hit. He would have been at the free throw line ample times, not free throw. So I feel really good about myself. Outside of that Jazz pick, I basically, cleaned up yesterday.
Yeah, you 2 for 4, but sure, we'll call it what it is. We'll go into my picks from yesterday. The only one of my picks that didn't hit for this slate was the under in the Nets game. I saw it happening, but it's the other thing. They had other things in mind. Raptors, I wanted to pick their money line on the show yesterday, but I was too much of a coward. So they easily covered. I had a really tragic situation with Pascal Siakam that I'll talk to you guys after this, but then the Mavericks, one of the easiest picks I've ever had. Donovan Mitchell, I hope he's okay, but he was like a -37 yesterday. That team is just not it.
No.
So yeah, 2 for 3 on those, but on my props, I believe I went 1 for 2. Jalen Brunson hit that over 3.5 assists. He had 3 in the first quarter, and then he finished with 4 total. We'll take it. Bruce Brown. Now this was a poverty pick, Johnny. Man finished with 2 points.
Yep, not great.
Yeah. because Kevin Durant decided that he was once again the best player on the Nets and not Bruce Brown. But 3 for 5, as Johnny would say, 60%, professional better, blah blah
It's
blah.
professional.
So
Yep.
we love it.
We do.
But back to the Raptors before I get into what DraftKings can do for you. So last night I made a nice same game cutie, but I got my $10 back because DraftKings does that. But I made a same game cutie on Joel Embiid under 29.5 points because he, his ligament, whatever, his hand hurts.
It's broken.
Then I took Pascal Siakam over 24.5 points. And then I took, what was the other one? Oh, and then I took Raptors money line. It was like plus 750. Pascal Siakam had 21 with like 8 minutes to go. Man finished with 23 points. Really hurt. Really hurt.
Those are deadly.
But the DraftKings Sportsbook app is nice to me. So I got my $10 back, which you can do when you download it using the promo code PHNX. You bet just $5 on any team to win their game. And if they do or don't, you get $150 in free bets. But as I said, if you're not a new member, you can get in on the action with same game parlays. And once a day, you can get $10 back or $25 back, I believe now. If one of your legs in that parlay doesn't hit, like mine, I got my leg. My leg. So yeah. Please do that. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up at just $5 on any NBA team to win their game. Get $150 in free bets if they do. You can't bet on the Nets anymore, but you can bet on a lot of other things. So yeah, that's 21 plus. Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. Johnny, you said you're not confident in the spread tonight, but are you taking their money line?
I am, because I mean, by default, if I'm not taking their money line, then what the hell am I doing? Rocking this Suns T-shirt? I don't feel good about it. I can't sit here and spit out a bunch of facts about why they're going to win. Without Devin Booker, they've looked dejected. They haven't looked like a great team. I'm just going to have to rely on the fact that it's a team that went to the NBA Finals last year without Chris Paul largely in the postseason. It's a team that won 60-plus games, franchise record. It's 63, 64 games. Like, you should win at home. I think the spread's 6.5. I don't care. Just give me the Suns money line. You can parlay it with a couple other tasty nuggets. I like the Heat to finish out that series. Whatever. I'm not high on this Heat team, but it just shows you the Hawks, for whatever reason, have taken a serious step back. They probably were over their skis last year, took advantage of a bad Eastern Conference, couple quality breaks last year. The Heat are going to win. They're going to win convincingly. And then I like the Grizz to take a 3-2 series lead. That one's going back and forth. So Timberwolves won the last one. Grizzlies are going to take care of business at home. Then we're going to talk about a game 6. So that's been one of the more fun series of this entire first round. Like, that, as agonizing as the Suns series has been, Shane, it's not been fun to watch for a lot of different reasons since Devin Booker went out. That Timberwolves Grizzlies series is by far the most fun because you've got a team like the Grizzlies, who are probably a year early in terms of their arrival. And then you've got the Timberwolves all the way from the playing game and Anthony Edwards solidifying himself as a superstar. And then we all love to dog on Karl Anthony Towns. There's just, that series just gives you so much with two teams that are mid to small market teams.
Yeah, it's a fun one. What I would recommend, if you're like Johnny and you don't like the spread, maybe stay away from the minus 275 until the live betting comes in.
Correct.
DraftKings has very good lines that are very quick and updated. So, you see Brandon Ingram score 7 straight points, Suns are down 7-0. I would hammer that money line then. Or in the third quarter when they always seem to collapse. That's my favorite part about betting on the Suns. It's burned me a couple times in the offseason because I always think they're going to win every game, but they have not. But still, I would recommend that if you're not taking the spread. But myself, I'm taking the 6.5 to the bank. And I hate doing this. I hate doing this so much. Excuse me, Johnny.
I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm basically doing the same thing. I'm just not taking the Suns minus 6.5. I just don't know how is this Suns team blowing anybody out right now?
I just think they wake up, man. They're the better team. They just
Who's waking up for them?
Cam
Mikal
Johnson,
Bridges?
Cam Payne, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder. They all haven't been able to score. When it all comes together, it's a thing of beauty, Johnny. This starting lineup that's getting thrown on the court has a plus 35 net rating this year. They are a good team. But as I was saying, I hate doing this. I hate taking all favorites in an NBA slate, especially with just 3 teams. But I'm going to do it anyway. Look, all 3 of these teams lost last game. All 3 of them were absolutely just blown out in terms of foul calls. I think it gets set back, as Gerald Bourguet always says. The law of averages will come back and help. So I'm taking all of the spreads tonight. All teams that cover by 7 or more. So give me that. Take it to the bank. Let's make some money tonight.
Let's make some money, honey. The Suns owe us one. Now, Shane, I wanted to talk about something that you said I could tease
Yeah.
in preparation for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our PHNX Bets Daily draft prop extravaganza, because unfortunately we also have to cover Game 6 that's going to happen, for better or worse, on Thursday. And we'll probably touch on some draft props on Thursday as well. But tomorrow's our big draft show. The draft specials for the Cardinals have come out as it relates to pick 23. And we're going to do a whole show about, the entire first round. We're not going to keep it Cardinal exclusive. So today I wanted to hit on a couple things, Shane, and pick your brain on what you like, maybe what you don't like in terms of pick 23 in the Arizona Cardinals. Right now, you can get them at plus 400 to take an offensive lineman at pick 23. I think right now, with who might be available on the board and who might not be, I think that's a safe, easy bet to throw $10 on. What I would stay away from, plus 275 to take a defensive lineman or an edge rusher. I don't see the same value in that, because of the fact that I don't discredit them wanting one. A Jermaine Johnson, a Jordan Davis, those guys are going to be gone. You're not going to take a Devontae Wyatt with his off-the-field concerns. You're not going to take a George Karlaftis. I'm told they're not in on him. So that's flushing money down the toilet. Now, the overwhelming favorites is receiver at 225, defensive backs at plus 275, to each their own. I'm trying to will this team into taking a receiver. But I think in terms of the best value, plus 400 for an offensive lineman is Zion Johnson. Kenyon Green, they've already had a private workout with him out of Texas A&M. Maybe a trade back. You look at a Tyler Lindenbaum, who I personally love. They might think he's a little undersized. That's where the best value is for the Arizona Cardinals right now, Shane, at pick 23.
Yeah, well, if you want to learn more about that, you can watch the PHNX Cardinals show today at 4 p.m. Or you can tune in right here tomorrow on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel at noon on the PHNX Daily Bet Show, where we will be breaking down our favorite value in the draft ahead of the NFL draft first day on Thursday. And we're having a special guest on, so don't miss that. Dalton Cates will be here. He was here early in the year. Got some great insight and always gives me some nice sleepers to take a look at. But before we leave, we'd be remiss if we didn't give you some props. And Johnny, a new foe has entered the ring. Uh-oh. Who is it this time? Emma, can you pull up the graphic? Uh-oh. No. Bad Emma.
Oh, no.
No. I will do it myself. A new foe has entered the building. 4 points, rebounds, and assists. Who is it? Who is it, Johnny? He's playing today.
I don't know. That looks like a plie and
It's
ballet.
Dylan Brooks.
What a terrible graphic.
Oh, come on.
No, I love it. I'm jealous I didn't think of it.
So without further ado, Dylan Brooks, welcome to the Points, Rebounds, and Assists Club. These are my props for today. I love me some Dylan Brooks over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think the Grizzlies blow this team out of the water, and the Grizzlies are always a very good team when Dylan Brooks has a good game, not just one of those games where he's scoring like 17 points on 15 shots. I'm talking about a good, solid, all-around game. So I'm taking Dylan Brooks, PRA today. And then JaVale McGee, over 4.5 rebounds. This is because I have confidence that the Suns will play him a lot more, because they will be up by 15 plus with 4 minutes to go in the game, and he will be getting some runs. So I'm taking him over 4.5 rebounds. I'm taking that to the bank. Even if they don't blow him out, I think he gets there, but just some insurance on that.
I love it. I'm into it. My props are a little bit more discouraging. Chris Paul was held to single digits the other night. I think 20
God,
is
you're
a lot.
sad today, Johnny.
He's like maybe kind of hurt too.
Johnny, stop it.
I think he's going to have like 10 and 10, like 10 rebounds, 10 rebounds, 10 points, 10 assists. This is Deandre Ayton's team right now until Devin Booker returns. I think Ayton dominates tonight at home. His efficiency has been off the charts in this series. They need to play him as much as he can go tonight, will his big man body, and feed him the ball down low. I think he finishes with maybe 28, 29 points, his best game of the series. It's not an indictment of Chris Paul. Here's what I want to say, though, Chris. Everybody waited for you to come back from injury this year, and they were fine. They got almost to the NBA Finals without you last year, and they were fine. This is your opportunity now to step up. You're a max player for a reason. Are you ever going to win a championship, Chris Paul? Because Devin Booker's not here to carry you. You need to do it yourself and get past the lowly Pelicans. The Pelicans cannot beat the Suns, Chris Paul, if you play up to your capabilities. But man, oh man, Shane, if they somehow blow this series without Devin Booker, but Chris Paul is available, it's a huge indictment on his legacy. Just like we saw a huge indictment on Kevin Durant, this is a huge indictment on Chris Paul.
I agree with that, but I also think that to assume that he won't have a good game is crazy to me. He struggled in the second half last game. It was a weird game. There was a lot of different things going on in that game. Yeah, there were some reports of him injuring his left wrist. Nobody credible said that. No one from the Suns said that. He didn't mention it after the game. I'm not worried about it.
Okay, then he better play well because you
Okay.
can't use injury as an excuse. Then if
Yeah.
he doesn't
I
play
agree.
well,
I completely agree. I'm just saying.
come on, Chris.
There's no reason to think that. Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable.
Yep, that's me.
You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX
who I am.
_bets. We are here every Monday through Friday at noon, as Wanakin P says in the chat. Rally the Valley. Come on, baby. Let's get this win tonight. Go up 3-2.
Old and slow Chris Paul, wake up, please.
Hopefully winning in 6. We'll see you tomorrow at noon for our draft special. Peace, love, and PRA.